Hey guys, EBPMAN here, and I'm back from CES with some more goodies to share with you. Today we're going to review a series of bands brought to us by Snug watch bands, and these are obviously for the Gear S3 Classic and Frontier. Let's go ahead and check it out. Now, for those of you who haven't heard of Snug before, or the Snug watch bands, they've been around for quite some time now, and they're known for creating some really high-end silicone bands. They do require sizing. You can use a scissor to cut them, and we're going to see how that will work in a couple minutes. But they also are highly customizable. So literally, when you go to the Snug website or you go on Amazon, you choose the color of the band, then you choose the buckle that you'd like, and you notice that they do have the black finish. They have like a rose gold finish, and then you have the chrome finish. Now, I've been getting a lot of requests for kind of like a gold finish bands, especially when it comes to the stainless steel link ones. Haven't really been able to find any in the gold, but at least here you can get a black band with the rose gold finish on the bottom, and it really looks really nice, especially on the Frontier. Now, they do have one here that's pretty unique, and this is a glow in the dark band. So this is a fun band that you'd be able to have on either your Classic or Frontier, that the band itself will glow, and they all have these quick release buckles, which make them really easy to put on and put off, especially when it comes to your watch. And I'm a great fan of having the convenience of the quick release buckles. Now, each of these bands have a quick release buckle that can be sized to fit. In addition to sizing the band itself by reducing the band by cutting it, you can also size the band using the quick release buckle. There's an adjustment. It does include what looks like a SIM card remover, but this pin, or what looks like a SIM card remover, is used to adjust the pin setting for the quick release buckle. Now, one of the things I wanted to highlight is that while you're using that pin to adjust the area here, and you notice how you have those little holes right there where you can move and resize this. You don't really have to worry about that when it comes to the actual watch area itself, because it does support that quick release technology that we've seen with a lot of the bands that we looked at, especially this one right here, where you'll be able to take off the band easily by pushing this in, and it will come off, and then putting back on. Really, the only adjustment that we're going to worry about initially is going to be the adjustment area right here to make sure that we size this correctly. Now, the bands themselves are very soft to the touch. They have a really nice feel to them, and as you can see here on the buckle, I like the way the brand itself kind of contrasts from the buckle. Very high-end look. Great feel, and once again, you do have that quick release function right here so that you can swap bands. I traditionally have my leather one when I'm going to go to work and I want to dress up, and then what I'll do is if I'm going to the gym and going on a run, I'll have one of these bands or a silicone band like we've seen before, something that looks something like this on my Frontier or my Classic, but now I'm definitely going to have something like this. So nice, easy to release belt buckle as well. So let's go ahead and open this up, because it has this lock mechanism here that you just open up. And right now, since these are brand new, they're a little stiff. So you open it up like that, and then it's going to open up. Very nice. And once again, as you start using this, this piece snaps in, the second piece locks in place, and then you're set to go. So all in all, really good craftsmanship, nice feel of the band, and definitely it's going to be something that will feel nice on your wrist. Now, while we have several colors here, I want to highlight one that I find that's pretty unique. I have yet to see a glow-in-the-dark band. So this band itself will glow in the dark. I'm going to see that in a couple seconds, and we'll actually see it as we have it on the watch. But this is a glow-in-the-dark version for those of you who are looking for something fun, something different. If you're going out clubbing one night, this is definitely going to draw that person's attention or anyone's attention when they see you having a watch that has a glowing strap. So now what I wanted to do is show you the difference with the band. So this is the glow-in-the-dark one, and you can tell. So I have almost all the lights shut down in my studio, and you can see that these are almost invisible. But here you have your glow-in-the-dark one, and it definitely does stand out. As it's exposed, obviously, to more light, it's probably going to intensify a little bit more. But the glow-in-the-dark feature is definitely there, and I think it's a cool one. So here's our Frontier with the red band. Now, one of the things I wanted to highlight is that these silicone bands are sweat resistant, odor resistant, and also I would say color resistant or stain resistant as well. Now, I do get a lot of questions around bands to support larger wrists. So this band itself is going to be able to support wrists as small as or under 6 inches and as large as 10.5 inches. So there's a lot to play with. And just to give you the sense of how much material you have to work with, is notice I can just slip my hand in here and how much extra material I have. And what you can do is just cut it down in order to fit. But this is what it looks like on here, the Frontier. Again, nice material, feels good on your wrist, and it's not heavy whatsoever. Here's the Classic with the red. The black on the Frontier. The black on the Classic. The blue on the Frontier. The blue on the Classic. Now the white on the Frontier. And the white on the Classic. The glow-in-the-dark on the Frontier. Now the glow-in-the-dark on the Frontier, but with the lights off. The glow-in-the-dark on the Classic. And now the glow-in-the-dark at night, or in the dark, for the Classic as well. Now to size these bands is a pretty straightforward exercise, but there's a couple things I want to highlight here. So let's make sure we can get this in focus. You'll notice that in each one of these segments there is a pinhole. You don't want to cut right here where that pinhole is, because if you do, you're going to ruin one of the linkage areas. So what you'll do is you'll cut in between these. This is where you're going to be cutting. We're going to pop the pin off of these so that we can size it appropriately. And because they're both pretty long, what we would end up doing is removing some material on each side. Now, one of the things I'm going to try in my first experiment of cutting these is using one of my existing bands and the length of that band to kind of judge where I want to cut something. So let's see how that works out. So now the first step of the process is to push this pin into the hole or the notch here that had the first pin, and as soon as you do that, it's just going to come out that easily. Right? And what we're going to do is we're going to disassemble both sides, and we're just going to repeat the process again. You'll notice that here you have the pin, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to press into it, and once I press into it, it's going to move and release just as that. Easy. Now once you size the band, this is what it looks like when it's on. Now a couple things I just wanted to highlight, at least from an advice perspective when you're sizing your band. One of the things I did is I connected it to my watch, and then what I did is I started cutting down until I felt that it was the right size. Try to cut not too close to the corner. So for example, if you're cutting this area right here, you want to cut a little bit further over here because you don't want to go into the area where the pin goes in. So again, cut, I'll put this right here closer to the camera. You want to cut right here. So as you're cutting, so if you're going to be eliminating this one, you're going to be cutting closer to this one so that you don't by mistake cut into this area. If you cut in the middle, sometimes you may not cut straight, you'll cut at an angle and you could ruin this area here that has the pin. So I always try to cut closer. And again, I had them both on with the clasp removed, and then I cut down, and then I would size, cut down until I found the appropriate size. But once I had the right size, as you can see, it worked and it looks great. So this concludes our installation and review of the Snug band for the Samsung Gear S3 Classic and Frontier. If you have any comments or questions, leave it in the area below. Don't forget to subscribe, and there's probably going to be another video about bands on the side here. Thanks for watching.